We continue reading from Caitanya Caritamrita Adi-Lila. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We're continuing to read from the purport of text 41 by Srila Prabhupada. Where he's explaining to us that the Chaturvyuha, they are transcendental. Om Purnam Ada Purnam Idam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnam Eva Vashishyate. The personality of Godhead is perfect and complete, and because he's completely perfect, all emanations from him, such as this phenomenal world, are perfectly equipped as complete wholes. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead is perfect and he's complete. There's no imperfection in the Supreme Lord. And there is nothing missing in the Supreme Lord. Everything is there in him. And because he is completely perfect, all emanations from him, such as this phenomenal world, are perfectly equipped as complete wholes. Whatever is produced of the complete whole is also complete by itself. Because he's the complete whole, even though so many complete units emanate from him, he remains the complete balance. Brahad Arankya Upanishad 5.1. Also, this is the invocation of Sri Isopanishad, and it's coming from the Brahad Aranyaka Upanishad 5.1. That the Lord, he's complete and he's perfect. And so whatever is coming from him is also complete. It's complete by itself. Complete unit. This whole universe is a complete unit by itself. We do not need to import any earth, water, air, fire, ether from another universe. No, we have it's all complete in itself here. The trees are producing oxygen, we are breathing in oxygen. You know, it's a complete thing. So it is most apparent that non-devotees violate the rules and regulations of devotional service to equate the whole cosmic manifestation, which is the external feature of Vishnu, with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the controller of Maya, or with his quadruple expansions. Non-devotees violate the rules and regulations of devotional service to equate the whole cosmic manifestation, which is the external feature of Vishnu, with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the controller of Maya, or with his quadruple expansions. Means those who are not devotees, what do they think? They think that this Maya, that God is Maya, or the Chaturvyuha, they are material, that God is material, like that. That's what they are thinking. Now, equating Maya with spirit or Maya with the Lord is a sign of atheism. Now, if I'm going to say that the Supreme Lord has a material form, if I say that, or if I say that the soul does not exist and the only thing that exists is the material body, then this is a sign of atheism. Then I'm being atheistic. Because then I'm not able to understand that the Supreme Lord has unlimited potencies. I'm not able to understand the greatness of the Supreme Lord then. So that's what it means. The cosmic creation, which manifests life in forms from Brahma to the ant, is the external feature of the Supreme Lord. So cosmic creation means this material world. And in this, some of us have bodies of ants, some of us have bodies of Brahma. So this whole thing, what is happening? This is being created by the material energy of the Supreme Lord, which is called his external energy. She is his external energy. It comprises 1/4 of the Lord's energy as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, Ekam Shena Sthito Jagat. And so this material energy, this material world is 1/4 of the entire creation. The cosmic manifestation of the illusory energy is material nature, and everything within material nature is made of matter. So Krishna is this energy, this material energy. She has this power of illusion, that she can put us in illusion. That is her power. And how are we able to see it? All the matter that we see around, everything within material nature is made of matter. So whatever we are seeing in this world, there's only two things. One is the living entity and one is the matter. The spirit soul is there inside every body, and the bodies are all made of matter. Or then otherwise they are things. And what are the things made of? They are made of matter. Things are not alive. It's just we get attached to these things. And they're all made of these material elements in different combinations, different shapes. But it is all, if we break it down, it is all these material elements. Therefore, one should not try to compare the expansions of material nature to the Chaturvyuha, the quadruple expansions of the personality of Godhead. But unfortunately, the Mayavadi school unreasonably attempts to do this. So we should not say that the Chaturvyuha are material, because they're not. They're transcendental. They're the controllers of the material energy. They're the controllers. Material energy is their energy. They can't be controlled by their energy. So that is what we have to understand. To answer Shankaracharya's commentary on Vedanta Sutra 2245, the substance of the transcendental qualities and their spiritual nature is described in the Lagu Bhagavatamrita Purva 5.208 to 214 as follows. Some say that transcendence must be void of all qualities because qualities are manifested only in matter. Oh, so then Srila Rupa Goswami, again in his Lagu Bhagavatamrita, he's saying that the transcendental qualities, the substance of the transcendental qualities and the spiritual nature is described. So how is he describing? He's saying that some people say that anything spiritual should not have any quality, because we are seeing that there are so many qualities here in the material world. And so it means that quality is a characteristic of matter. So according to them, all qualities are like temporary, flickering mirages, but this is not acceptable. So Rupa Goswami is saying, no, we cannot accept this, that quality is there only in matter. Why? Because, I'm seeing that these qualities are temporary, they're short time. So means qualities exist only in matter. But this is a wrong understanding. Since the Supreme Personality of Godhead is absolute, his qualities are non-different from him. So the Supreme Lord, he's on the absolute platform. You see, we are always thinking of everything material because our minds are material, right? So we are not able to logically try to understand what does absolute mean. In our experience, everything is so relative. Everything is so material. We are not able to understand, absolute means the form and the name is the same. Means the qualities and the form is the same. Wow, but that is what the absolute platform is. That's what the spiritual platform is. Every qualitative expansion of the absolute personality of Godhead is identical with him. Since the absolute truth, the personality of Godhead, is the reservoir of all pleasure, all the transcendental qualities that expand from him are also reservoirs of pleasure. So now he is absolute. So all his expansions, they are also transcendental. They have these qualities because he has these qualities. So this is the absolute nature. We cannot try to understand that, oh, I'm not able to do it, so the Lord should not be able to do it. You just have to understand there is a difference between matter and spirit. This is confirmed in the scripture known as Brahma Tarka, which states that the Supreme Lord Hari is qualified by himself, and therefore Vishnu and his pure devotees and their transcendental qualities cannot be different from their persons. So the Supreme Lord, he has these wonderful, wonderful qualities. He has these qualities. And so that's the reason Lord Vishnu also has the qualities. Everything original, we are saying that the supreme whole, the complete whole, that is the Supreme Lord, right? So everything is coming from him. So if we have qualities, the qualities are also coming from him in the pure way. In the Vishnu Puran, Lord Vishnu is worshipped in the following words: let the Supreme Personality of Godhead be merciful toward us. His existence is never infected by material qualities. And so even Vishnu Puran is saying that the Supreme Lord does not have material qualities. His form is transcendental. So why his qualities will be material? We have a material body right now. That's why our qualities are temporary and flickering, right? In the same Vishnu Puran, it is said that all the qualities attributed to the Supreme Lord, such as knowledge, opulence, beauty, strength, and influence, are known to be non-different from him. So Krishna's knowledge is Krishna. There's no difference. Krishna's opulence, like that's why they say his paraphernalia is Krishna. Krishna's abode is Krishna. It's non-different. This is also confirmed in the Padma Puran, which explains that whenever the Supreme Lord is described as having no qualities, this should be understood to indicate that he's devoid of material qualities. So in Padma Puran is saying that when somebody says that Krishna, the Supreme Lord, is nirguna, means no quality, it means he has no material quality. Not that he has no spiritual quality. He has the spiritual qualities because he's spiritual, but he has no material qualities because his form is spiritual, so he has spiritual qualities. In the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam 1:16-29, it is said, O Dharma, protector of religious principles, all noble and sublime qualities are eternally manifested in the person of Krishna, and devotees and transcendentalists who aspire to become faithful also desire to possess such transcendental qualities. So the soul, we also have our transcendental qualities. We are the soul, right? So the soul also has the transcendental qualities because the soul is part and parcel of Krishna. But right now, because we have forgotten we are the soul, we are thinking we are the body. And so everything in our experience is material. So we are thinking, oh, the qualities also should be material. No, but the soul also has transcendental qualities. And so Bhagavatam is saying this. It is therefore to be understood that Lord Shri Krishna, the transcendental form of absolute bliss, is the fountainhead of all pleasurable transcendental qualities and inconceivable potencies. So the Supreme Lord, his form is transcendental. Sat Chit Ananda. He's on the absolute platform and he has this amazing, amazing potencies, inconceivable to us. We cannot even imagine. And he has transcendental qualities. And because he has qualities, because he has these energies, we, to our tiny degree, have the qualities and the energy. In this connection, we may recommend references to Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, chapter 26, verses 21, 25, 27, and 28. Wow, this is like, Prabhupada is really going so deep, and I'm like always scratching my head how to understand it and how to say it. Prabhupada's like knowledge is so deep. Well, I'm just saying whatever I'm trying to understand. If you all have some, if you all can share in this also, I would appreciate it. So Shripad Ramanujacharya has also refuted the arguments of Shankara in his own commentary on the Vedanta Sutra, which is known as the Shribhasya. So Sri Ramanujacharya, he is the Acharya of the Sri Vaishnavas, the Sampradaya, which is coming from Lakshmi Devi. This is also a Vaishnav Sampradaya. It's a bona fide Sampradaya. And in fact, it's the most famous of the Sampradayas, the Sri Sampradaya, especially in South India. So Ramanujacharya is the Acharya of this, and he is saying, he wrote his commentary on Vedanta Sutra, which is called Shribhasya. Shribhasya. So in that he's saying Sripad Shankaracharya has tried to equate the Pancharatras with the philosophy of the atheist Kapila, and thus he has tried to prove that the Pancharatras contradict the Vedic injunctions. So Ramanujacharya in his commentary is saying that, oh, Sripad Shankaracharya, you know what? He is saying that these Pancharatras, which are actually, they are Vedic, they are part of the Vedas. But he's saying that Sripad Shankaracharya has tried to say that this Pancharatra philosophy with the atheistic Kapila's philosophy. And so in that way, he is going against the Vedas. The Pancharatra state that the personality of Jiva called Shankarshan has emerged from Vasudev, the supreme cause of all causes, that Pradyumna, the mind, has come from Sankarshan, and that Anirudh, the ego, has come from Pradyumna. But one cannot say that the living entity, Jiva, takes birth or is created, for such a statement is against the injunction of the Vedas. As stated in the Katha-Upanishad 2.18, living entities, as individual spiritual souls, can neither have birth nor death. All Vedic literatures declares that the living entities are eternal. Therefore, when it is said that Sankarshan is Jiva, this indicates that he is the predominating deity of the living entities. Similarly, Pradyumna is the predominating deity of the mind, and Anirudh is the predominating deity of the ego. So, Ramanujacharya is saying that if you say that this Chaturvyuha are material, if you're saying, oh, from Vasudev comes Sankarshan, okay, Vasudev is the supreme cause, but the Jiva, which is called Sankarshan, is coming from Vasudev. And then from this Sankarshan is coming Pradyumna, which is the mind, and Anirudh, which is the ego. Then we are trying to say, oh, that means there was a time where the living entities did not exist. But that's not true. The living entities, we, the spirit souls, are eternal. By saying that at one point of time, we were created, means, oh, we had a beginning, means we are not eternal. So if we are not eternal, that means, oh, if we were created, then we are going to not be eternal in the future. But this is against the injunction of the Vedas, because the Vedas say that the living entities, we, the spirit souls, we are eternal. We are never born and we never die. It's not that at any point of time we did not exist and then we were born. No, we are eternal, ever existing. It's so difficult for us to understand with our material concept of time, because in our material mind, everything has a beginning and everything has an end. So we are unable to imagine how could something be existing always, because in our experience, we have never able to experience it. But this is what the Vedas are saying. And so we just have to receive it as it's being said, instead of trying to put our interpretations in it. Because when we put our interpretation in it, then we confuse the whole matter. So Sankarshan is the master of the living entities. Pradyumna is the predominating deity of the mind, and Anirudh is the predominating deity of the ego. It has been said that Pradyumna, the mind, was produced from Sankarshan, but if Sankarshan were a living entity, this could not be accepted, because a living entity cannot be the cause of the mind. Then another argument, that if you say, okay, Sankarshan is a living entity. And from this living entity, Pradyumna is coming. Means the mind is coming from the living entity. But that's not the case. That's not the case. The Vedic injunctions state that everything, including life, mind, and the senses, comes from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's not that we, the spirit souls, are creating the mind. No, everything is being created by the Supreme Lord. Everything comes from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is impossible for the mind to be produced by a living entity. For the Vedas state that everything comes from the absolute truth, the Supreme Lord. And we can see it's true right now. If I want to, if this was true that the living entity is creating the mind, then why am I not creating a mind right now? I should be able to do it, but I can't. So there is a contradiction in itself here, because it should be able to do it then. So the mind, the living entity, the ego, everything comes from the Supreme Lord, the senses, everything. Because if we are the cause, we should be able to create a sense then, but we are not able to create a sense. We say, oh, I want to have another sense instead only of this eyes, ears, nose, legs, hands. I want to create something more. We can't. We are unable to. Oh, I want to create some other mind. We're not able to. So it goes to show that there is a contradiction right itself here. Anyone wanted to add anything? Say anything? No? Then we'll stop here for today. Well, thank you so much for listening in and joining in.
One question, then like how people are cloning, then what is that?
The clone is also coming. You need the living cells. And living things there. You know, you can't create a cell.
Mm.
So whatever.
How does the soul, the cell has a.
Yeah. The cell is living, right?
Living, yeah.
Yeah. So we are not able to create a living, anything living, you know.
They can't create a cell, yes.
Yeah.
They are just taking cell from some other living organism and then just putting it together, and that is how, right?
Yeah. And I don't even know if much cloning is happening right now. I know it was a thing like years ago. But recently I've not heard anything about it.
Yeah, no successful reviews or nothing.
You know, if man was actually able to do it, then why aren't they like creating?
Yeah.
We are not even able to create a seed. What to say, you know, we are not able to create a living cell, a living seed. We can't.
Yeah.
It's only the Supreme Lord. We do not have that capability or potency. We may try for millions and millions of years, but we can't.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Important point of cloning. Yeah. So, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Caitanya Caritamrita ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare Krishna.